The initial pre-feasibility study on the Gautrain was really technically focused, and it focused on the nature and on the cost challenges relating to get a train from Pretoria to Johannesburg. Now, because of the rudimentary nature of the study, the initial forecast cost was hundreds of millions. It was ludicrously low, hundreds of millions of rand. At this initial stage, however, it started stimulating people's imagination about what was possible. And at this stage, the Gautrain was purely a provincial venture. There was minimal engagement with national government, and the provincial government anticipated that they would provide all the requisite investment capital and all the support. Now, a significant change came about in 2000 when National Treasury announced the Public-Private Partnership Framework under Treasury Regulation 16. And the effect of Treasury Regulation 16 was to make it mandatory for the project to obtain approval from National Treasury or national government. And this turned out to be a fortuitous development, great development, because given where the project was at the time, it's highly unlikely to have succeeded without National Treasury support. The advice the project sponsors received from National Treasury, the structuring, the arrangements, all of these ultimately allowed the project to move forward and to secure funding. And these engagements with National Treasury were sometimes quite adversarial. But the outcome was sound advice and a more rigorous project plan. And from 2000, the project fell within this regulated environment, and the full feasibility study became mandatory. So the initial plans regarding capital sources were premised on a 25.2 billion fixed price turnkey arrangement. 44.2% of the contributions were to come from the national government. The Gauteng provincial government would contribute about 26.1%, and borrowings by the Gauteng provincial government would constitute 18.4%. The private sector equity contribution would add another 1.8%, and then private sector borrowings would top up the remaining amount of 9.5%. That was really the initial thinking after the costing was done in the feasibility study.